This is the catchily titled Formulae of Metals and Covalent Elements and Compounds. There are also ionic compounds. I've made a specific video about how to work out the formulae of ionic compounds because that requires balancing the charges, so there's quite a lot to get to grips with. For metals and covalent elements and compounds, it's quite easy. Just got to remember a couple of little things and that's it. So first of all, the easy one is metals. Remember, metals is everything that's on the left-hand side of that staircase divide on the periodic table, except hydrogen if it's shown on the left. For metals that have a giant metallic structure, you just show their element symbol. And that's how you show the formula. So for example, iron is just Fe, and copper is just Cu. You don't put numbers after it, that would be wrong. It's just the element symbol. Really simple. For covalent elements and compounds, there's just a couple of things to remember. So first of all, is for group 0, they exist as single atoms. Group 0 is also called group 8, it's on the far right hand side. They've got a full outer shell. That means they don't need to bond to other atoms. So they exist just as single atoms. So for example, helium just exists as a single helium atom by itself. However, you don't need to worry about that for equations because remember they're unreactive, so they don't take part in reactions anyway. It's really important to remember the elements that are diatomic. And diatomic, di means two, atomic, so that's two atoms bonded together. So the most common one that you'll be aware of already is the formula of oxygen is O2. And that means that there's two atoms of oxygen bonded together in a molecule like that. You do also need to know that hydrogen exists as H2, it's diatomic, and nitrogen exists as N2. You also need to know that group 7 are all diatomic as well. So that's F2, Cl2, Br2, I2, if you make fluorine, chlorine or bromine or iodine. After that, it's just worth remembering a few common compounds. You'll be familiar with a lot of these already. The formula for methane is CH4. That's the stuff that comes out of the gas taps. It's worth knowing the formula for a compound called ammonia is NH3. And two that I don't need to write the name for because you already know them. Really simply, H2O is water, CO2 is carbon dioxide. And it's worth just pointing out that these two are quite important because a lot of reactions tend to make water or carbon dioxide because they're very stable. So if you're looking at reactants in an equation and there's quite a lot of hydrogen and oxygen atoms around and you're not sure what that equation would make, what the products would be, it's quite likely that it would make water. And if you just remember those specific compounds and those rules for metals and covalent elements, you'll be absolutely fine.